We're here at Costume Society of America's 2013 National Symposium in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're here talking with Genna Reeves-DeArmond, who is the leader of a post-symposium walking tour of the Titanic, the Artifact exhibition. Genna, thank you for joining us. How did you become interested in the Titanic?
I have been interested in Titanic since I was very young. One of the things that has always appealed to me about Titanic is the romanticism and the formality of the time period, and just a sense of optimism as the world was changing and growing with technology. And of course, I'm a very huge fan of the James Cameron movie too.
Great. What can one expect to learn on your tour?
So at the Las Vegas Artifact exhibition, really this tour is about revealing the human stories behind Titanic. There are over 300 artifacts. You can see things like the alligator skin bag owned by Marion Meanwell. There's men's spectacles, a leather worker's apron, there are gloves, buttons, a cook's cap that actually survived under the ocean with the cook's name still inscribed. So a lot of very personalized objects that explain not only the building of the Titanic, but the recovery and the actual sailing of the ship. So every single aspect of the ship's life.
So what's unique about this museum compared to other Titanic museums?
So this museum has several differences. I would consider this one to be more of a traditional exhibit in that it follows the traditional pattern of presenting objects in cases and then providing text to contextualize it. As opposed to other museums that provide a more attraction-like experience with interactive activities and living history characters. This exhibit in Las Vegas is the only permanent exhibit in the United States that does not make major mention of the James Cameron film or other Titanic media outlets. Other museums actually have rose characters from the movie as living history characters, and that's something that this museum is not interested in. The Las Vegas exhibit is also owned by RMS Titanic Inc., which is a publicly owned and for-profit company that owns the rights to the salvage wreckage, the actual ocean that the wreckage lays on, and they are responsible for bringing up the artifacts and preserving them. So the admissions to the exhibit in Las Vegas actually pay for those preservation efforts.
You're also presenting a research exhibit at the conference. Can you tell us what your research is about?
So my research is really about looking at the visitors to museums, and Titanic museums in particular, and how they come to understand history through the display of dress and costume in particular. So I really wanted to understand, if you look at a dress exhibit as opposed to any other type of object, what are you learning, and is that significant to you? And what I found through my participants that ranged in age from 21 to 84 at 4 different locations in Branson, Missouri, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, Orlando, Florida, and here in Las Vegas, is that they really found dress to illuminate the aspects of social life in 1912, and they also formed personal connections with these passengers. And so they came to understand, for example, men that participated in the study, that the men working beneath the decks as coal shovelers were very indicative of current life as an engineer or a manual laborer. And so they felt a connection with those men. And that participants really form their understanding based on personal interests that they have, and also wanting to see a representation of all social classes and people that look like them or led a similar life. And first-class dress, while we often display that in museums, is not quite enough for visitors. They want to see a more broad representation.
And finally, what has been your experience with Costume Society of America?
So my experience with Costume Society of America started when I was a master's student at Colorado State University. I joined in 2008. and I have been active in Western Region activities. I have served on the Fellows Committee and was delighted to decide to bestow the new fellow for 2013 this year. And I also serve as a reviewer for the CSA Journal Address.
Thank you, Genna.
Thank you.